So we also need to make our get URLs a little more dynamic. We did this for create URL already, where we're checking the domain name params. And again, this is just a additional some additional validation or conditions we can use to switch so that our code works no matter what environments it's in. So we're going to do something quite similar, almost identical to what we did in create URL in get URL. And probably what the first thing we need to do is to actually add the environment variables to our Lambda function. So let's open up our template.yaml, and I'm just going to go to get URL, and I'll go ahead and add the same environment variable. So I think we call this domain name param, and this will reference the same parameter we created. So it's domain name. Now we have this, we can grab this, and in our code we can actually start pulling these values. So let's do domain name. We're going to grab this from the environment get. So this, we're pretty much going to almost do the exact code. I'll just show you another way where we can do this all in one line. So we're going to say if, and let's actually update this. So let's actually grab our stage and our domain names. So domain name equals, and we're going to grab this from our event. And this is a request context. Domain name. And again, you can use double quotes, single quotes. Once you're consistent, that's the only thing. So I'm going to keep this consistent with double quotes. And we also want to get the stage. This is request context. Stage. Now that we have those values, we can actually update our condition. So since we're pulling all the fields here, we can actually have the conditional check within the array object itself. So let's actually say if the domain name is not in param, we are going to use stage. So let's actually update this. So we should have base path stage, and we can actually write the if condition in line. So if domain name param not in domain name else, and our else block will just be the same without the stage. So let's update that. So let's break this down again. We're saying, and this looks a little different, right? Usually would have an if condition before, but this will validate as the first part of our code. So if domain name is not in the domain, we're going to add the stage. Else should just be our custom domain. And that should be all we need for this to work. So let's deploy this. And deploy. And that's deployed. So let's actually go ahead and test this. So if we go to our deploy, and this is, you can still hit this endpoint, right? This is, so we have the original domain that's generated by API Gateway, and we have our custom domain. So let's actually pull one of these, and we should see the stage our stage variable shown in these. And if we run with our custom domain, it should just look normal. And that's it. That's just the additional flag we can use in our code just to make it a little more safer, there's foolproof across environments. Let's go into our next few videos where we'll focus on adding authentication.